Hi guys, hello, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing an eye look with an eyeshadow palette that I feel like I have not used in a very long time. Like, low-key, I'm like, when was the last time that I used you? So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be using the So Jaded Kathleen Lights and ColourPop palette. I kind of want to do something with these shades right here, kind of like the ruby shade, this one, and just kind of like I'm just feeling those kind of colors today, like that kind of vibe. So yeah, if you want to see the kind of look that I'm gonna be creating, just keep watching. But before that, don't forget to subscribe and give it a like to the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, let's get started. So let me zoom you in a little bit. As you guys can see, I do have my kind of like complexion done already, because I just did a video before this. But let's just jump into the look. I'm gonna take a big fluffy blending brush. This one's by Elf, and I'm going to start off with Your Gem, which is this shade right here. It's kind of like a peachy kind of shade, so I'm gonna use that kind of as my transition. Just have a little bit of concealer on my lids, but if you have not applied anything on there, you can definitely go ahead and use like concealer or an eyeshadow primer, whatever works for you. But I'm basically just throwing this color on there and blending it in circular motion, side to side. Not being too careful, I'm bringing it up quite a bit. So yeah. Once you have that done in there, I'm gonna move on to Carnelian, which is this orangey tone kind of shade over here. I'm not gonna use too much of that, but I'm actually gonna use it with a different brush. Something like this, something a little bit more pointy. And I'm gonna take, like I said, a very tiny amount of that and apply it kind of right here on this outer V area. Went in there a little bit more, and I'm just kind of packing it on that area and then blending it up and kind of in the center of the lid, just like that. So we have a little bit of that orangey kind of brick tone coming through. But now I'm gonna move into Garnet, which is the shade right here. Just gonna pick that up with that same brush. This one's definitely more of like a brick wine kind of red kind of shade. I'm gonna take that and just apply it kind of in that same area, but keeping it down a little bit lower, not bringing it up as much. Once I have kind of like, you know, most of the pigment on there, I'll start blending it to the center and upwards. One thing you want to note here is that I'm applying a very light pressure onto my lid, and I'm holding it from pretty far up so that I don't have, you know, I don't apply too much pressure on the brush. Like, this is going out of focus sometimes. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going back to that big fluffy brush that we used at the beginning, and just gonna go over the top to smooth out anything that might not be fully blended up there. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna take the colored Ruby right here, and I'm just gonna take that with my finger. Here's the shade, and I'm gonna place that onto, I'm not gonna pull out, onto the lid. This is like a beautiful like red fiery shade. It looks so pretty. So I kind of place that on the lid, and then I'm gonna take the blending brush that I was using and just blend the edges. Especially right here in this area, I definitely want to blend it in. I don't want it to look harsh or anything like that, so I'm just taking my time, making sure to blend that in there. Now that you have the kind of like already that done, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a darker shade. I'm gonna take Jasper, which is this brownie kind of shade, and I'm just gonna use that to deepen out the outer V. So I'm gonna place that right in this area. I'm doing kind of like patting motions at first, and then I'll start blending upwards. I'm gonna take the other fluffy blending brush, and I'm just gonna use that to help me blend this outer V. I definitely want it to look very nice and diffused. So whenever you're working with darker shadows, use a smaller brush to be a little bit precise with that. Kind of apply that color where you want it, and then take your big fluffy brush and then use that to blend out the shade. I feel like I have two completely different kind of eyes. I feel like this one is so easy for me to blend everything, but then this one I feel like it always looks like just different. I feel like I always have to spend more time blending this one because it's just different. I kind of want to take a little bit of like something on top of that. I'm gonna take a little bit of diamond right on top of that, which is this one is just like the kind of squeezy kind of formula shade, and I'm just taking a little bit of that and patting it right on top, especially right in the center. Like I said, that's where I want like most of that dimension to be at, and it's gonna help this shadow look kind of like almost kind of wet. So I'm just applying that right on top of it there. Once I apply diamond, I'm gonna use a little bit more of ruby. I'm just using a tiny bit and tapping that right on top again, just so that it doesn't look too silvery, because that diamond shade definitely has more like a silver kind of glitter flex to it. So yeah, feel much better. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some liquid liner just to add a wing to this look, and then mascara, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so it took a minute because I was it took me so long to do this freaking wing. Like, you guys have no idea how long it took me, and I feel like it doesn't even look half as I would want it to be, but that's just gonna have to be like that for today. This is how the eyes are looking like right now. So I was thinking whether or not to apply something on the lower lash line. I feel like maybe a little bit of definition underneath there would be good, so let's do that. I'm just gonna take a little bit of Your Gem, which is that shade that we started off with right here, and I actually added some freckles as well with my Freck guy. If you guys have not seen my video where I talk about some products that I got from Freck, definitely check it out. I'll leave it right here somewhere so you can check it out. But yeah, I applied some freckles on there because I feel like it just makes everything look so nice. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of garnet, like just a tiny bit, and very lightly run that underneath there as well. And on the inner corner, I want to apply something quite bright. So I'm gonna take Pearl, which is the shade right here. Just apply it right in the inner corner. Just like a dance. Alrighty, so I think that's about it for the look. Maybe let's try popping in a little bit of a darker shade. I'm gonna use this one from my little, thing from Korea. Just gonna use a little bit of this, like, right in the center. And yeah. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's eyeshadow tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a like if you enjoyed, and share with your peoples. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.